Home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway. Home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season. Time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play big sides. Time ain't on my side, time I'll never know. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were brown. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out the day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you.
Me on the stream so everybody can hear me. I know things have been crazy with, I don't know if it's StreamYard, YouTube, what. But whoa, this weekend's been crazy. Let me say hey. Hey Taz. How are you, Tazzy? Hey True Crime Time. Hey Grandma Sherry, how are you? Hey Outlaw. Carol, hi. New name. Welcome to Bullside. Peas. It's been a weekend. You know, I keep complaining about this heat. And I'm going to regret complaining about it because, what, another month or two? Well, maybe 2.5. It'll be so cold, I won't be able to be out here sitting at the pool doing a live because it'll just be too damn cold. I'm not that gonna. So, how's everybody's weekend going? The kids, 5 and 8, and they fight like cats and dogs. It's been one of those weekends. And then when I separate them, they get mad because they can't play together. It's like they're 2 feet apart and it's the end of the world. Mm. So today I figured we talk. I know YouTube likes us to talk and stuff for a minute first, but I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it instead of waiting. There's just some things with Betty, you know, she likes to say about everybody, but I want to show what she's an advocate. So I'm asking everybody, is she an advocate? I'm gonna show you some clips of Betty, and you tell me if that is what an advocate does, and that is how an advocate behaves. Cause you know, oh, let me put my banner up. This is fair use. I don't. Betty will strike. We all know that. All right. It is fair use there, Betty. It's just my opinions. Actually, I don't even have one right now. I'm showing your own behavior and asking everybody to let me know what. We're going to do some throwbacks. I got some clips from Burnttoast from probably close to a year now. She's done some great videos on Betty. No one can do. She's just done fantastic. But I'm going to share her link in the chat. Also, there's a clip channel I've been watching a lot of, and I've shared in here um, the last time I was live, Chronicles of the Oblivious. Some good clips. I'm going to use that. Mod, you can put those links in the chat, Burnt Toast and Chronicles of Oblivious if you can. If not, I will help you. I figured it out. I'm really learning how to do some stuff here. Oops. Say I don't need to do that. Well, I thought I was. But, yeah, Betty claims, makes me mad. She She's telling everybody to help with that Layla. Hey, wishful thinking. Hello, Mercury in retrograde. It is? Oh, is that what's going on? Because it's been crazy. It has truly been crazy. It's been real hot here, too. Yeah, not an advocate even for herself. If she's an advocate, then I'm a supermodel. Yeah, I'm a multi billionaire. And yeah, that's not true. No. Oh, hi, Okie Crime News. Thanks for coming in. Wishful thinking. Okay, so we all know. I'll start off with Betty because then there's some things I want to show to discount what you said. I know you guys have seen a lot of this probably already. I just got a little bit different spin on it, and I'm going to show some other clips. Everybody has. That's why I love to watch everybody that does it because everybody's so different. And Bash, the Tragedy Pimps, and Headstones and Headlines, great channels. Oh, she interviewed a so-called witness. Are, does she even want anybody to take her seriously? Number one, how did you vet this witness, Betty? I'm curious. How did you vet this witness and her story? And don't you think if she is really a potential witness, you should leave her the hell alone and let law enforcement handle it? You know, instead of interfering and mucking up, her story. Because sadly, people's stories change all the time, unfortunately. But you and Olivia had no business. You're inserting yourself again in something that you should not be doing. This is an open, active investigation. You, my dear, should not be interviewing any potential witnesses. That should be law enforcement, not you. You just don't get it. You just don't get it. And one day, You're going to do that to the wrong family, Betty. And they're going to say enough. And I give it time before you start saying things about the mom. That's just how you are. That's just what you do. You'll start. You turn on everybody. A true advocate would never get on here in a rant like you did and say that girl is deceased. You used a different word, DEAD. But YouTube is so finicky anymore with the yellows. I don't want to, and I don't want to hurt the mom, because anybody that supports the mom, the family, and is this so-called advocate would not be on here saying that stuff in a rant of anger because you're mad at yourself. You're not mad at other YouTubers, which, by the way, you're a YouTuber, Betty. But really, you're over pushing the TikTok, okay? I mean, it's at the beginning of your videos, the end of your videos. It's too much. It's everywhere. It's too much. And that's your TikToks aren't that good. And that music you and Olive Oil was using, that's some creepy shit. Okay, it just weirds you out. You don't want to watch the little short video of the fake search. You know, you did that for views, for content. You weren't out there to help look for Layla. You could give two shits. Had you would have put flyers on more than just those couple poles in that little section of street where she didn't even live and didn't go missing from. You wouldn't have been posing for the camera while you're searching, Betty. You would have turned your cameras off. And honestly, you just went right off the road into the wooded area, right off the highway. You didn't really go like deep in. There was 320 acres, Betty, that law enforcement and other agencies and professional searchers, first responders, you name it, volunteers that actually searched, they searched that area. They used drones, they used dogs, they had sonar for the water. And you and Olivia go there 2 months later, and yet again, you find all this evidence. Doesn't that sound familiar? I don't know. It does to me. It sounds real familiar to me. But you find all this bedding that you claim is from the hotel and you claim is hers. You have no idea when that bedding got put there or by who. But you ran with it, and you still run with it. You still say it was her campsite, yet she's on the video at the hotel in the morning. Okay. And then you talk to some elderly gentleman who claims to have seen her across the... Come on. If these people really did see something, you just tainted a witness, Betty. You and Olive Oil. But you don't care. You really don't care. Let's get into this because I don't want to do it no more. All right, look, StreamYard and YouTube, I need you to work for me now and not be giving me a hard time like you have everybody else. I'm being really nice to you. You think that'll work? StreamYard will feel bad for me and decide to work right, or YouTube, whoever's messing up. Well, I'm only going to play a portion of this live because I I have clips I want to play in between to show you some things about Betty. I'm sorry, I'm missing a lot of people coming in. Hey, Cashmere, good to see you. Hey, T. It's good to see you. I didn't run your face about... I stuck up for you about your music. And I did again the other day when I went live. But don't come in here. Don't come in here derailing my chat, T. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. All right. Let me back this up because now I missed some. Oh, I'm not playing the beginning because she plays all her TikToks are now her intro. And it's too much. And they're her outro. It's too much for me.
Dandy language of letting go that gets us
forward a little bit because Betty's been reading that letting go book for years. She'll never get it. If she hasn't gotten it yet, she'll never get it. And if she's been reading it for years, then she's had to have read it several times. But okay.
Roberta Laundrie was most likely the culpable person in that. So we had covered a lot of the stuff that we had saw with our own eyes, just hearing in the community, ended up turning out to be accurate, true, and correct. And so we were reporting that. And the good news is even though Brian Laundrie's no longer with us,
I know you're not calling me a bitch, T, because you know damn well I stuck up for you. And I don't appreciate that. And anybody that's in this chat right now knows I stuck up for you. Okay, whoa, stop. Stop. I don't want no fighting in chat. This isn't the place to settle it. Message each other, but not in my chat. And you're right. No one should be going after your music. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be calling you a fraud about it. You're right. But we can't go after each other. That's in this chat. No. When I was live the other day, I told everybody that it was you doing your music. And it wasn't right that anybody said going after it because isn't that what we're supposed to be stopping all this crap like that? So I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't want no fighting in here. Come on, T. I wouldn't disrespect you like that. Hey, Steppy. But this is Betty's live from the other day, and I know a lot. Like I said, I know other channels have played it, and I've watched them all because I love everybody has a different spin on it. Everybody has a different take of what they point out and stuff, so it's really cool. But there's a couple things I want to point out, and then I got some clips I want to play you in response to what she's saying. And at the end of this, you can tell me, is Betty an advocate or question mark? Because I, don't have everything because there's so much with Betty. I would need hours and hours to show all the clips. So I just picked out a few for this one because I still think I'm going to do the best of Betty for my birthday next week. But I wanted to do this one. Thank you, Tazzy. T, I handled it. I told you I would. I just see you don't listen to me. You want me to do what I can't do. I did handle it. I told you I would. And again, I just said about not going after your music in chat. What is it going to take? I don't know. Look, you're not derailing my live no more, T. I want to get into this. I didn't even plan this much ahead. So come on. Stop. I don't want to block you, T. I seen the screenshot and I told you I addressed it. I want this to be a fun chat. I want people to be comfortable and feel and relax and have fun and get some good laughs at Betty. Maybe a little pissed at Betty, but if you get pissed, you got to drink a shot. It doesn't matter what it is of. It can be Kool-Aid for all I care. Iced tea, water, whatever floats your boat.
When it came to Gabby Petito meeting her demise and what ensued thereafter. They were culpable, and honestly, they were criminally culpable. I think that the FBI and law enforcement couldn't bring themselves to arrest them as well, seeing how they lost their son as well. And he was the one that actually did it. But the pain and suffering that Laundrie's parents did to the Petitos was disgusting. That is why we were there. The fact that they
No, it
slammed the door
wasn't.
in their face, they hung up the phone on them. They knew what happened to Gabby Petito, and they didn't give a damn about her parents. Meanwhile, she was living under their roof before they went on this cross country excursion. So, I'm sorry, but
No, you're not.
call me a little crazy. There's
Uh-huh.
very few, and I'm not going to say there's none because that would be inaccurate. There's very few boys that beat up on their girls when they are their girlfriends when they live in a house.
That's not true. But anyway, I stopped you because I have to because of fair use. Betty. Have you read your own record? Have you? Because I have. I've read every single word of it a couple times. Because I like to know for myself. Just asking because you got some things on there. But when someone is in a DV relationship, usually the abuser doesn't give a shit where you're at. Yeah. You need to go look up some facts, Betty. No, she's getting more irritated because Betty is stressed. Betty, you can tell just in the last week, the change in Betty, but the last 4 days, you can tell Betty is feeling it. But, and there for a minute, I'm not going to lie. The other day when I reviewed her live and she was all upset, I got a little, because I'm human and I don't like to see anybody hurting like that. But then within seconds, she totally wiped that out with what she did next. So, she kind of brought this on herself. I think she thought she was going to have a lot more support than she's truly getting. And it's sad that she's not. She supposedly has all these followers and, friends. But then look at her friends, Molly and Dolly and that little JLR thing. Yeah. That's Betty. They've turned on you before. It's not nothing new. You turn on each other like as quick as the tap water can run. But Betty, you're stressed. And rightfully so. I mean, it sucks being in a lawsuit. But again, you brought that on yourself. You thought it was going to be real quick and over with. You should have thought a little bit harder, Betty.
That denounces and absolutely has no excuse for a man putting a hand on a woman. You don't have boys growing up like that. Even if they did that, maybe did that, they were shamed so bad by their family, they never did it again. We all do things stupid.
What?
We learn from that, we grow and never do it again.
They were shamed by their families, so they never put their hands on their girlfriends again. Betty, where do you get that shit from? I think there's a lot of DV, survivors. that could tell you otherwise, Bets. Even your ex. Sorry, just going by your record. I'm not trying to be snarky, but it is what it is.
That wasn't the case in this household. I knew that. I knew that abuse was progressive. I knew that they knew he abused her and said nothing, did nothing, and did not hold him accountable for his actions and never have. We all identified very early on in the Gabby Petito case that Roberta Laundrie was most likely the culpable person in that. So this week you're going to see more content.
Hey guys, come on.
It's going to be
T.
throwback
Kelly and
content.
True
This is
Crime,
stuff
come
that I'm
on.
not
T, stop. You don't have to go below the. You're getting really harsh. What is going on? I don't think True Crime was. She doesn't need a screenshot. I said it 10 times down with my whole chest. Out of respect for Kathy, I don't say it again in this chat. Yeah, she is a whole mess, and she could have ended it, but she didn't. Hey, T. Marie, it's good to see you. Okay, T, take a breath, calm down. True Crime Time's not even talking. She's not. I get you're upset. I get it hurts your feelings. I get that. But handle that with her outside the chat, please. Just hold on. I know it's you singing, T. I know that's you playing the music too. They didn't see the things I've seen that you've sent me, and because it's none of nobody's business. All right, let's get back into the video. Let's have some laughs at Betty. And like I said, if you get a little angry at Betty, you have to drink a shot of whatever floats your boat.
Altering. Now, how it's being put out is how it was put out originally. You know, people are like, "Oh, this is so disrespectful." Well, they weren't saying it when it was originally put out 2 years ago, but that was pre. Everybody lied about Bullhorn Betty, and I'm the worst person on YouTube person, right? We do good work. Bottom line, we're usually the only YouTubers out there helping families with boots on the ground. Now, granted, I'm not criticizing everybody that's commentators on here on YouTube that can't put boots on the ground. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. But Betty, who do you help? Exactly. Who do you help? Right now, what I've seen you do with Layla's case is get on here in a rant, in an angry rant, and say she's deceased. You said it multiple times too, not just in an angry rant. But that's your most current. You are accusing someone who was just threatening and attacking the mom because a message about you was sent to an admin of a Facebook group. And to you, that's threatening the mom. There was not a word in there that was threatening. I read them. It was just a little background on you. That's what pissed you off. Then you go and you lie and you blame it on the glare when you knew damn well it wasn't him. You knew it. There's no way you didn't know it. Then you doxed the poor guy that it really is. And he's came forward and owned it. But instead of you saying, hey, I got it wrong, oh well, it happens. No. You triple down and continue to accuse him and saying how this mother's being attacked and harassed. Saying how there was no help in this case till you got involved. But yet I've showed that they have already done searches. There has been lots of news coverage. There has been all the missing agencies of missing people. They've all put out on their social media postings. I mean, there has been. The thing is, Betty, you got into this almost 2 months later. Almost 2 months later. And honestly, I don't even believe you went there just for that. You really went there to get, more Summer Wells content because we know that's your cash cow. And didn't you throw some Gabby in there too? This was not a trip about being an advocate and helping to find anyone. This was about a trip for you and Olive Oil, which you slipped and said you were on vacation, to do some content because that's what you did. You posed for the cameras just long enough to get some footage, and that's it. That's it. You mucked up possible witness statements because, you talked to them, you tainted them. So, again, oh, I know what you did. Oh, that's right. You put up a couple flyers. That's great that you did that. The flyers were great. But of course, you had to pat yourself on the back about it for days when it was your subs who actually gave you the money for the flyers. And you did only put up a few. I hope you at least gave the remaining flyers to the mom or to the family so they could put them up. Okay.
They have their
Let me see what chat's saying. Let me make sure everybody's calmed down. Someone sending messages about your kids? What? True crime dime wouldn't do that to you. I'm not. I'm not taking. I'm just saying that just doesn't sound like something she'd do. She's a mom. I don't. You know how these trolls work. And I know about what you do with the veterans and the animal shelter. I know what you do. All right, let's just. I've never. See, she said she's never talked about your charities. But True Crime Dime, I can tell you that's T's music. I really can tell you that. I don't. I've said it before, but it's not right to attack someone about anything like that anyway. But I've never seen, and I'm not. I'm trying to stay neutral, but T, I've never seen True Crime Dime say anything about your kids or anybody's kids. I don't believe she'd go there. Just take a deep breath. Okay, T, you can leave chat if you're not going to settle down. I didn't want to do that, but you're not giving me a choice. You're not going to keep derailing my chat. I don't even get why you're so pissed off over a stupid freaking wrench. If it would have been your channel, you'd have did the same thing. Put yourself in my shoes for goddamn once. Instead of sending me the most mean and hateful, harassing message, stop. Just stop, T. All right, I want to get back to my video. Hey, blank screen. Sometimes you got to get rid of the trash then that wants to come up in here to distract. I didn't like that. All right, whatever. Bye, T. I don't know what else to tell you, T. I've told you everything I can do. I have stuck up for you. I don't know what else I can do. But I don't want no more in chat.
own channels and do their own things. Mine puts me on the ground to actually physically help people. You should not be hurting and denouncing people that are literally going out there to provide actual assistance to
Revival.
these families. Now, granted, we're controversial, right? We're controversial. We have no problem if we see an injustice starting a protest right then and there. We take our press badges off, put our personal hats on.
She just opened the door for me to show you.
We see an injustice and we act on that.
Who are you to say what's an injustice? But thank you for talking about your press badge, which we know is not real, because you just left the door open for me to show a throwback clip from Burnttoast. It's a good clip too. It really is. Since you want to bring up your press badge, the one you no longer have. Oh. Okay, where did it go? Why is it not showing me? Why is it not showing me my video that I uploaded? I kept it. Oh, you telling me I'm going to take it off private? Because I uploaded it to the channel instead of having to play the frick. The whole video. And of course, it's going to make me do it the hard way, of course. I don't want to keep it public. Excuse me, sorry. I don't want to keep it public, though. Where did it go? There it is. Alrighty, I got it. That's weird, it won't show me the unlisted. It should let me play it, won't it? No. There we go. I got it. Okay. This is from Burnttoast. When she talked about Betty's education. I should leave that play. Maybe I'll leave it play a little bit longer. That way I can just bring it all up. I'll play it. Oops. Okay, this is from, and I let Burnttoast know I was using her content. Just listen to this, and you're going to learn some things about Betty.
She almost hit point by point with what I had said in my stream last night, and so now she's trying to say, "Oh, well, I cut ties with them because I didn't want to pay."
T, it's not copyrighted. You made the intro for me. I've got the freaking messages, and yes, I screenshotted them because in case you try to remove them. If you're not going to stop, you can leave my goddamn chat, or I'm going to block you. Now I had enough, and I've tried to be nice. I really have tried to be nice. You're not giving me a choice, T. Hey, Hope. Hey, Miss Lee. Oh, to take conversations private, then I'm sorry. I seen what she said. It's copyright. You know what, T? Fine. Shove your intro. Get out of my channel. I'm done. I'm gonna block you. No one else has to. I've asked you to stop many times. I didn't want to do that. But don't come in here telling me you're unsubbing me. I don't give a shit unsub. You probably already did. I don't care. Don't come in my chat and say shit like that. What is wrong with you? You're starting to make people look, the shit people been saying, you're starting to make it look, because of your own behavior. We're adults. You don't have to come in here like this. This was not the place. Hey, lurker. She can shove it. I'm done.
Pay the fee, and I didn't want to deal with that, so I just made my own, right? Receipts. So this is what it says on the website. Press pass credentials revoked.
Revoked. That means
And I can
taken
give you-
from your ass.
I can give you the link to the website, and you can look it up for yourself. I'll post that in the description.
Eddie.
Oh, but it gets better, guys,
Betty.
because somebody sent this to me like a month ago. Because apparently,
Hang on, I have to look at the link I sent. Keep going.
so somebody sent this to me a month ago because apparently the press corps has been investigating you for quite some time. And let me just be very, very clear. They did not look at my channel. They did not look at clip channels. They looked at your channel, Betty. They watched your streams, your videos, your content. So this
your
is what
harassments, your yelling, your irrational behavior, your insane antics.
So this is part of an email. I cut a lot of it off because the person who made the formal complaint, I cut their information out. There was some other things that had to redact that had people's personal information in it. So this is what the director, the founding director.
What happened is it wasn't like a real, like, you're not like, it doesn't give you media credentials where you can get into court hearings and stuff like that and press conferences, but you can pay dues, yearly dues, and get a press pass that really doesn't give you any passes, if you know what I mean. So, and she couldn't even pay for one. They revoked it. They didn't want her money because of her own behavior, but she blames it on everybody else. But listen to this email. It's really interesting.
Of press corps says, quote, members of the press have to obey laws just like everyone else. We have published hundreds of times in the last 38 years that law enforcement is in charge at all times, period. Their instructions are to be fully followed at all times, no questions asked. We fully support the law enforcement taking her press badge and notifying us.
Yes. So basically,
and that's, from what I understand, that's exactly what happened. That she went off her on one of her tantrums, and a police officer actually took her breast pads. It wasn't even, he just didn't know. I told you I was going live. All right. Sorry, I thought you did. Yeah, I didn't know till an hour before I did anyway. All right. Sorry. Thought you knew. Oh. Anyway, so, I guess because if you would have tried to verify who Betty actually, what news agency Betty actually worked for, there wasn't. There was no way, because she didn't. So, yeah, it was funny. This was funny.
If you don't mind me taking this, when she showed up
hey, LG.
to the press conference and was denied entry, she was reported by law enforcement.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So if you're going to be mad at somebody, be mad at the Georgia police, be mad at yourself, because you're the one who put yourself in this situation.
Now you guys get why Betty is so hateful against the Georgia police. It was a Georgia police officer that turned her in and took her badge. That wasn't really much of a press badge. But anyway, that's why Betty truly hates the Georgia police. It wasn't anybody else that did it. It was the police department because of her behavior. I don't know if you heard me, but I said, hey, LG, hey, Betty's worn out, bro. Guys, I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't, I tried to handle it as best I could. Sorry, I had to get a little pissed, but I tried. That's all I can do.
Totally.
So there was somebody's personal information, and they said, thank you for caring about the rights of your community and reporting abuse. Feel free to quietly forward this email to the quote, kind officer or his superiors. And what she's referencing here is that video on Bullhorn Betty's channel where she's belittling an officer and she's screaming, I'm part of the ACLU, da, 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 and she's screaming at him.
Yeah, I saw that where she said the ACLU agreed.
That dude was like, I don't even know what the ACLU is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I just need you to shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were thoroughly embarrassed by that as well. And they said, we will be happy to work with them in any way possible. We can be reached, and they give a phone number and an email. Please let me know if and when you do. They say, the founding director, by the way, says, I apologize that one of our 90,000 members has blemished our name and violated the civility of our community. Our mission is to educate and encourage freelance photographers and journalists who work under the uspresscorps.org umbrella to learn and succeed as respected members of the media. Best regards, Vonda H. Blackburn, founding member.
Founding director.
Founding director. So this is why she got her press pass revoked.
Yes.
Is because she apparently was reported when she was down in there in Georgia, and they had been looking into her for weeks now, and they were sent Bullhorn Betty's link to her channel. I repeat, they looked at Bullhorn Betty's content, her own content.
Not her haters,
no,
quote unquote.
I mean,
they
just
don't
her.
go by that.
Look,
Anyway,
here's the thing that cows don't understand. If
I would have died. I'm sorry. It was so funny. Yeah. I would have been so humiliated. I really would have been so humiliated. Yeah. I think this is about done.
people send your links to people, those people didn't do it to you because those people, whoever revokes your whatever, reviewed your content, not what the people said.
Exactly.
They looked at the links they were sent.
Right.
That's what Betty doesn't get. It's not because of what anybody said. It's because they actually went and watched her. And I've got some footage for you guys to show you what this advocate does. Now, we already know she has a fake press badge.
Betty,
Remember when she printed all them fake passes up online before for her and Olivia? I mean, she printed out pages of them for her and Olivia. I'm like, how many can you wear at one time? Why is my freaking phone doing internal error? I don't know, Tess. I think there's something going on with the internet everywhere because my husband's phone and my phone, my iPad, my computer, all day, yesterday, today, it's been nuts. That's why I decided that, an hour before I was going live because I seen how bad it was acting for everybody. I was like, Yeah, see, the chats have been messing up all day. Has anybody seen Saucy? I have been asking for her for weeks and weeks. I miss Saucy. Hope everything's
it's
okay.
department that was investigating her.
Yeah.
Okay. That was from Burnttoast. That was a good video. We'll get back to Bet's here. Because she's got something else to say that I have some clips for you. Oh, let me get back to it. Shoot. I forgot I took it down. Oh, wow. I can't believe it's making me do this again. Yeah, I'm not happy with you either. You should have not done this. Okay, where'd it go? Oh, she's not one that'll private a video when you're reviewing her like Laura does. Laura drives me nuts when she does that to people. But let me share screen. Okay, stop. Oh, Betty, you wouldn't do nothing. The thing is if Betty would knock it off, I really think Betty could do something. But she'd have a lot of changing to do. Oh Lord, a lot of changing. A lot of changing. Is chat still messing up for everybody? Hey Cass, it will be in the last place you look. Yeah.
That. I'm sorry. I do what I do for other people as if they were my own family. If I'm doing something, then it's because I would do it for my own family.
Huh?
And I am doing that for them.
Huh?
There are horrible people out there, horrible parents, horrible grandparents,
Mm.
animals. There are just people that should not walk among us, that are among us, that want to injure us. You, the haters' families. We live in a crazy world. And we need everybody to pull the resources together and get these stories out. And that's what we are going to do. The language of letting go.
That's not what you do. You create a circus. You become a nuisance. You pass out about a lot of misinformation. A whole lot. You, yeah, no. But okay, Bets.
Go today.
Okay, we're going to skip
25th.
this.
Show your gratitude. Show your gratitude.
I don't want to listen to that. She's been reading that for 13 years and it hasn't sunk in. It's not
very
going to.
disturbing case out of Manhattan, New York. So, you know, we've been following the Rex Heuermann case, the list, and we're going to be talking about the Long Island serial killer.
Oh, yeah. I know how you're trying to attach him to every unsolved murder there is with a woman. Yeah, I know. You're trying to link him to all these other murders. Yeah, Betty, we get it.
Which is kind of, you know, focused us kind of in certain areas, you know. And we're going to be talking about something else that went on in Idaho.
Hey, Gina Marie.
You know how we have these cases, so we're constantly searching.
Good to see you. Hey, GMA. Thanks for coming in.
And then some story, some crazy wild story pops up in some of your searches because you're looking at Manhattan and you're looking at Idaho and stuff like that. It just happens. And lo and behold, a couple of different things had happened. Folks, we have got to be careful who we trust with our children, even the people that we think we can trust. And so here, the YouTube trolls are something else, still reaching.
Betty, you don't think us parents know that already? I mean, I wouldn't trust you with them. Sorry, just my opinion. Oh, my banner's up. Okay.
Out to the oh no, it is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. So everybody knows that I am, you know, just trying to assist. That's all I'm doing. I'm not getting involved. I went out there, I searched, I found information, I gave that to the mother. I provided her flyers, you know, and I provided her that information under confidentiality, and I'm keeping it confidential. And so people out.
Stop making people think you had inside information. You do not. You do not. You're out there mucking the case up as usual. Stop misleading your audience, Betty. And now I'm using your words. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Hey, everybody, do me a favor. Hit that like button. That thumbs up. Thanks.
There saw me helping her, and they went in it. They tried to lure, you know, tried to make me look bad. Tried to, and this has happened before. This is not the first time. We have, we know who's doing all of this, and
who's doing all of what? Who's doing all of what? Betty, you make yourself look bad. All people are doing is calling you out for your behavior, for the things you say. That's it, using your own words. I don't twist anything. I don't edit anything because I know how you are. And that's exactly why I don't. That's why I even put up with the ads, because then you can't say it was spliced together, put together. Nope. It's your own behavior, Bets. Big old Betty.
So, anyways, this person reached out, argued with this mother. Like, look, she's been begging for help for over a month.
All right.
Not one.
Nope. And I've already showed the video on that. It was no argument with the mother. It was messages to the Facebook admin about you. No arguing, no threatening, just info about you, letting them know who Bullhorn really is. That's all. That's it. Quit lying. You're outright lying and you know it. And quit blaming someone for this that you know damn well didn't do it.
YouTuber, not one social media person, not one news organization, outside of their local news.
Are you full of... How do people listen to your lies? I seen it on other channels before you, Betty. Yeah, I did. A couple actually. Headstones and headlines. I think even Rabbit had did a live on it. Yeah, Betty, there was several YouTubers. There's been social media. There's been news. There's been interviews. Stop with your lying. There's been police conferences. Stop with your lying. Don't act like you came in, and because you came in, now something's getting done because I'm big bad Betty. Wrong, Betty. You were 2 months late. There had already been professional searches done, Betty. A very large area was searched. Acres and acres, Betty. I believe over 320.
Organization putting one little here and there about Layla up. She was begging for help. Somebody reached out to me with a story. I didn't even...
Well, of course she was. Any parent would be. There could never be enough help. But bad help? Someone that wants to muck up the case and taint the witnesses, and that could have some good info for law enforcement. That's not the kind of help they need. They don't need some YouTuber going on a rant saying their daughter's deceased. That's not help, Betty.
Like, the story was non-existent. Okay, I literally had no idea that this was going on in Kingsport. One of our followers on this channel, one of the
Did you bother to look? Because it was in the news. It was on Twitter. It was on Facebook. Did you bother to look? Because there's plenty of posts. There was before you got involved. Go figure.
Followers that has been following this channel since Summer Wells reached out to me and said, hey, look, I didn't think this would ever happen, but my friend's daughter is missing, and she's been begging for everybody to help, and nobody's picking up her case. So she gave me a couple. I have to verify that this is not a troll.
Yeah, I want to see that message, because there had already been multiple agencies involved. Like I said, there was searches with police dogs, drones, sonar. There was, Betty. There was news conferences. There was interviews. There was articles.
So we go through this whole, but at the very beginning, she had already given me a whole lot of information, even some resources to show me, where to go look. And true enough, this truly was a case. She gave me the mother's number, and of course, naturally, because we're always under attack, I thought that this was kind of somebody trying to troll me.
You're under attack? What?
Out what we do, whatever. So I thought it was a troll. So I went on the TikTok to listen to her voice to see, because I knew that truly was attached to the real Jennifer Santinello. So I went over to the TikTok and I listened to the voice, and I call the number that I'm supposed to get, and I get a voicemail, or I can't even remember. Maybe Jen did pick up the phone, and I'm just like, hi, I'm Andra, I'm better known as, Bullhorn Betty, and your friend reached out to me, just want to tell me about your case. And the mom is literally scared half out of her mind.
Oh my
She has
God.
nobody helping her.
That's not true.
She just needs to get her daughter's name out there. So I just said, I didn't really want, it was a long trip to Tennessee. On all fairness, I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to help in the search. I wasn't going
That's
to
not true.
assist. I was going to purchase.
That's not true. Your intention of going to Tennessee, you and Olive Oil on your vacation, was to get content. You mainly went there to get somewhere else content. And you threw in some Gabby too. And then you jumped on this. But that's not true, Betty.
Flyers and leave it at that. But there was something about this case that when I came out here and nobody was really picking it up, I figured this case needs attention. And honestly, I didn't care if we got hated on to get the attention that it needed, or that, it would be successful when we went out there. I just wanted to get eyes on the case. And we did.
Betty, there was already eyes on the case. You didn't do nothing but bring a bunch of misinformation and get on here and say the woman's daughter is deceased. That's what you've done, Betty. Tainted the witnesses. Okay, yeah. There's a clap for the flyers that your subs paid for. But you didn't even put many of them up. I think Bash, and then he counted them. There was like maybe 10. Just on that one little street, that she didn't even live on, that you went to do your content. You did all that posing for the cameras you guys were running. Yeah. That's why you were there.
Now, since then, because I went out there, and because the mother was grateful that somebody actually gave a damn, these people wanted to attack her, acting like we worked together. I didn't coordinate this. This girl Jen lost her daughter.
Okay. How was the mother attacked? Because the post that you're referring to as an attack on the mother wasn't even to the mother. It was to the Facebook admin, and it wasn't an attack. So where are you seeing this? Because I've got a video I'm going to play here from Chronicles of the Oblivious showing she has a clip of the mom saying the exact opposite of what you're saying, Betty. There's been no attacks that I've seen on Facebook either. I wouldn't check lately either. But I just don't believe this. You're still saying she was attacked because the Facebook admin was warned about you. Not the mom, you.
Long before I picked up this case. The reason why it's on my channel is because we've got lazy people out there that refuse to run this case. I would not have had to go out to Tennessee if some of the YouTube and content creators would have just helped this woman.
They did. There was people talking about it.
Would have just
Betty, there was YouTube. I heard the story before you got involved, Betty, and it wasn't from you. Like I said, better late than never, I guess. But you came 2 months in, Betty.
Just helped her. Ran the case on their freaking channel. I can name literally 5 creators right now that live in Tennessee that didn't do a damn thing to help this family. Not one. And the one person
name all 5
did, not only do they attack me, but they attack the family.
The family wasn't attacked, and neither were you. Stop lying to your audience. It was a message to just let them know your type of shenanigans and where they could see the actual proof of what you are like. It wasn't threatening. It wasn't attacking. And it wasn't to the family. It was to the Facebook admin. Why do you keep doubling down with your lies? And you know damn well you blamed the wrong person, but you won't own it. Instead, you triple down on it. I got it. I got you, Bets. A lot of them have hurt Summerwell's case big time. Oh, thinking of that. Did you see the disgusting shit that happened on Prayer Gardens? Oh my God. I don't understand why she didn't boot that dude right off panel as soon as he opened his mouth. Instead, she entertained it. And the horrible things they were saying about what they did to that little girl was beyond disgusting. And then you get Justin go firing up a live old Spanky boy crying about a live about Summer because of the things they were saying. That boy needs he really needs to back up because he's doing Summer content every day on both channels, sometimes a couple times a day. It's bad. And he was live tonight again with going over the same shit, trying to spin it another way, trying to say it means what it don't mean. He is so obsessed he can't let go. He actually cried for an hour. It was ridiculous. The other missing lady case there in Kingsport, enraging that they're attacking her mother. Yeah. Yeah, I only watched that part of it. I didn't even finish it. It was disgusting. But you know what? She entertained it. She kept them on panel. And as the creator of her channel, she should have kicked them immediately. I don't even know how I ended up there because I don't watch her. I don't even know how I ended up there. But it was gross. She's disgusting.
And there are people literally doing that still to this day. And the lady's just wanting to know where her fucking daughter is.
Oh!
That's it!
You got $2 for the swear jar? Where's your swear jar, Betty? You didn't get a $2 super chat for the swear jar. You just cost yourself $2. Look at that face. Your anger is not about this. Your anger is about all you got on your shoulders. But again, you caused it.
That's all she wants. She wants her freaking daughter back in her damn arms. That's it.
You mean the one you said's deceased?
And you guys are attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me the wrong flippin' GoFundMe thing. People are beating her up over that because she's frantic looking for her daughter and she's trying to get
No, people were coming at you for deleting the link to the GoFundMe when you were telling people to donate instead of to your super chats and stickers to donate them to the GoFundMe. That's what was happening, Betty. I don't know if you purposely deleted it and if you purposely put the wrong one in there. I don't know. That whole thing don't even sound right. There already is a PI, so why do you need another PI? And now it's for reward. I don't know. It just you mucked that up really bad. By the way, great help for the family, Betty. Great help for the family.
Stuff over and she gave me the wrong freaking link. And these people are attacking his mother and people are standing by and just no, you don't do that.
You don't?
You don't do that to any freaking parent.
You do. You've done it. There's a long list of your victims, honey. A whole long list.
She's still, just this morning, 5 minutes ago, saying, I can't believe they're attacking. Like, she's at her wits freaking end, and she just wants to know where her daughter is. And instead of these animals helping, remember, I was the worst person on YouTube because I don't help families. They do. They're the ones. These uneducated people that can't graduate high school for some reason are the ones.
Betty. Oh my
That
God,
are
that was
this
a good.
family.
Oh, I wish I would have caught that. That was a good pause. That'd have been a good thumbnail. Look at that. That's a good thumbnail. Oh. Anyway, Betty, do you really want to talk about people's education? Because, honey, I'll put my degrees up against yours any motherfucking day. Any day. And I'm sure a lot of other people would too. But I don't need to do that because, see, unlike you, I don't need to pat myself on the back. You supposedly went to an unaccredited school at the time that was unaccredited to be a paralegal, but you didn't really be a paralegal. I don't look, Bets. If you're the most educated, then good Lord, we're in trouble. But don't worry, I got a clip about your education too.
Until they can't, right? Until they just won't, right? They are the ones that know how to do this thing, right? So when they don't get their way, they attack a family, and their audience is just okay.
No. People have questions because of what you did with the GoFundMe's, Betty. And things just aren't adding up. I'm sorry. It's so confusing because of you mucking it up, probably. But there's already a PI involved. Why does there need to be two PIs and two separate, two or three GoFundMe's? It's not making sense. Why does the dad need his own GoFundMe and the mom need her own GoFundMe's? And it's just work together. Just bring her home. That's all it should be about. But you brought all this drama into it, Betty. You brought all this drama to the family. Betty, you have destroyed some people's lives. Yes, she has. She does a lot to families. I can imagine going after families. No. They got enough to go through and deal with. The last thing they need is the likes of her and her drama.
With that, and you think it's me that's the problem? This woman still needs help. And nobody gives a damn. What they're so worried about is, oh my God, Betty. And it ain't fucking about me.
Okay, now you owe your swear jar another $2, Betty. You better hope you get some super chats to cover this money. Because I'm holding you to it. Because you done showed off your swear jar. And you got to put your money in there. You're now $6 in, Betty. Listen. It's always been about you. You went down there. You and Olive Oil. On vacation. Because you let that slip. I was watching the live and headstones and headlines. And she caught it. You let it slip. You were on vacation. But. You shouldn't have went there, Betty. Because look at what's happening. You bring drama wherever you go. Because you get on here and you act exactly like this.
It never has been.
Mm-mm.
This idea.
What?
That we're here to make money. I don't have that much money. I'm not living in a lap of luxury, folks. I live in a small house. My freaking car is falling apart, for the love of God.
And the grip begins.
I don't bring that to my audience attention, but it doesn't really matter.
You don't.
But these lies.
You don't. Betty. You just did, and you've done it before. You've been hitting around for a couple months about your car. I just don't think your subs are going to buy you a car. Lord, I hope not. Oh, I need to smoke some of that funny stuff. Oh, to get through this. If you got them, yeah, smoke them, right? And BHB has not gotten a college degree in journalism or a bachelor's degree. No, she does not. She does not have a degree. She had a certificate. Yeah. Okay. From, at the time, an unaccredited school. And hey, Audacity. Hey, I can't see. I need my glasses. Sands. Hey, thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's 100% about her. It's always about her. Yeah, she is Betty's gonna explode. Betty needs to be able to let some of this out. But like I said, I felt really bad for her the last time because she got so upset. But like I said, that lasted for about 10 seconds because then she immediately went into the usual Betty, so that kind of wipes that out. But I get that she's stressed. She should be, because lawsuits are not fun. And unfortunately, the friends she thought were friends aren't there to support her. Like she thought she'd have support. I mean, they've running as far away from this as they can get, but you can bet that when it's over, they'll be right there. And she'll, this is what they do with each other. So, I don't know.
Have got to stop
Stop?
here on YouTube.
Okay.
When did it become okay to attack a victim's family? When did it be okay to attack somebody that's literally out there helping? I can guarantee you nobody crawled into places I went. Nobody.
Betty, no one attacks the families like you do. Got plenty of video. Got some coming up, by the way. No one attacks families like you do. Betty, you didn't crawl into places. You spent, I believe the time was 21 minutes and so many seconds. That's how much time you spent actually looking in the woods, Betty. You forget that stuff can be timed, you dumbass. What the hell you going to find in 21 minutes off the road while you're streaming live or whatever, recording on multiple devices while you're trying to stop? You didn't crawl into places, Betty. You went into some muck for footage. That's it. That's all it was about. You even stopped to look up at the damn cameras. It was so staged. It was pathetic. You guys were fake as hell. Everybody seen right through it. Jesus.
Not even law enforcement.
Yeah. You scared me there, Bets.
And I'm going to be damned if I'm going to sit around here
and
listen to these lies continue to be peddled. This woman needs help. She doesn't need a bunch of people bitching about who's helping her. She needs help. If you don't want me helping her, get off your lazy freaking butts and start helping. It's pretty simple.
Okay. Bets, how are you helping her? Other than the flyers that your subs paid for, how are you helping her? I'll wait. Because you're on here ranting like a raving lunatic. That's really helping. That's really helping the case. You say she's deceased. That's really not supporting the mother or the family or the case. You've tainted the possible witness poll, which, that's all questionable as well because you can't vet it. So, yeah. And police aren't going to tell you what they know because it's none of your damn business. You're not even a legit reporter. Remember, you don't have a press badge, Betty. It got revoked. But it wasn't that kind of a press badge anyway. It didn't actually give you pass into things, Betty, which if you go read the website, it'll tell you. Paying your dues does not mean that you don't work for them. You're paying dues as a member, yearly dues. You're not employed by them. So, yeah, Bets. Shouldn't be wearing that fake badge. Next officer that takes it might not be as nice. Just saying. But now we know the real reason why you hate the Georgia police so much. Because they took your fake badge.
But she damn sure isn't going to criticize the only person that came out to help her. When all you have done is sit on your butt and complain about the people providing her resources and help.
What did you provide her?
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. The Demi Lovato song
say
line.
I raged before.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
What?
I have no problem raging here on YouTube.
We know that.
Layla Santinello is worth it.
Okay.
And shame on anybody that fails to help this family.
Okay.
or criticizes the people that do. Shame on you. Shame on your audience. Shame on your members.
Okay.
Shame on the people that support your garbage. Shame on you. Shame on you. If that's what you support and you're on this channel, you are not welcome.
Oh, Bets, you might want to be a little careful there. You're always crying about how stagnant your channel is. You really don't want to lose subs. You better back that up a little bit, Bets. But so far, what you've done is caused drama. That's what you've done. And interfered in an active, open investigation just for content. But you're helping. This you think is helping. Again, like the title says, is she an advocate or what? And I've got some video clips to show you some advocacy that she does.
You're not welcome.
Yeah.
I don't need a click and a view.
Oh, yes, you
If
do.
I want to go out and get views, baby, you do not realize I can. With all the adversity
You can?
here on this platform,
Okay.
we were still able to put her in front of 5 million
No, you aren't.
people.
No.
There is not one
No,
person.
we're going to debunk that. Stop. Stop your lying. Stop.
That is bitching about me being out there that could ever provide those types of results. Period. And everybody so hates me. No, you're small.
What type of results exactly again? All this drama? All the misinformation? All the confusion you've caused with the PayPal or the GoFundMes and how there's multiple GoFundMes? There's multiple GoFundMes for this side of the family, that side of the family, this and that. Stop. Okay. That's what you've done. Okay.
Little group here. That's it. That's it. There is such a big world out there. And that big world respects the work we do.
Huh?
So now, I'll get on with my regular show. As you can see, I get a little passionate when it comes to stupidity. I don't put up with it. I don't like it. I like to be around successful people that do the right thing. Don't be in my boat. Because I don't need somebody behind my back drilling holes.
Oh my God.
Because we are on a mission to do good. And to give back.
What?
And we will continue to do that. And I can promise you, the money in my paycheck that I receive from YouTube does a whole lot for a lot of people.
What? Okay. All right. Look, you keep saying all this crap. I want to see receipts. Receipts or it didn't happen. You know what they say. I want to see proof that you financially have helped 20-something families out like you've claimed. I want to see proof. Betty, we all know how cheap you are. Come on. I want to know what resources and stuff. What did you do? What exactly did you do that wasn't already in place 2 months before you got there, Betty? Did you organize a massive search of that area? No. You went out there with olive oil and y'all filmed each other being clowns. And I want to know financially what you did. I mean, you said you've helped families, over 20 families. Financially, where? When? Anybody in chat know about any of that? Hey, GWIR, how are you? Truth hurts. Hey, Super King. Yep. No one successful is hanging with Betty. Not even the unsuccessful want to be around Betty. Yeah, I mean, successful people. You're so smart. You can't do stupid. Betty, did you read your court filings? Because I read them word for word. Actually, I was in a doctor's office appointment when they got sent to me. someone was very nice to send them to me. So I started reading them. Oh my God. I was laughing, and then I was talking to you, telling you you're an idiot. And the waiting room was full, and people were looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God. I had to actually stop because, yeah. Mm-mm. But you only want to be around educated people. You got to find them first, Bets. I mean, I'm not trying to be shady. I'm not trying to be mean. But come on, your running buddies are, or were, but still are, because you guys break up every other day. Molly, Dolly, and that little gnome, that little man syndrome, the one whose eyes don't move, you don't blink. Yeah, him. Yeah. Good running bunch, Bets. Good running bunch. Real educated. Real professionals.
Top 3 Mojave video editor tricks.
Commercial. See, Betty can't ever say that I edit her because she always says that about people. She can't say it about me. I don't give her that opportunity.
We are hearing from a mother in Queens who allowed her 5-year-old girl to walk off with a 75-year-old man. And as much as we think we know, this story is not actually so cut and dry. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon live tonight in Lower Manhattan, where that man will face a judge.
This story I'm telling you guys gives you goosebumps. This is the story that will give you goosebumps.
The mother let a 5-year-old walk off with a 75-year-old man? What the hell? She never went to Mar-a-Lago either. No, she didn't. She lied. I had to have a background check before I could go on Capitol Hill and the Pentagon. She would never have passed the background check. Oh, no. And I know she wasn't there. She was trying to, the part of the beach that she recorded herself on, because I reviewed that. It was funny. She couldn't get close. She was pretty far away. Pretty far away. Really far away. I didn't know this was in here.
Because this was a friend of the family, a grandfather, a trusted person. We have to be careful from everyone. It's becoming that kind of world, and we cannot allow our children to be gobbled up in all of this gross and nastiness. There is some.
Betty, where you been? You need to pop that bubble, because unfortunately it's been that kind of world. Where the hell you been? You need to come out your house.
Cultivated in our country right now that makes people think this kind of conduct is okay. Let me repeat that.
I go through that too, Crew Dime. My little girl, no, she can have 30 glasses of water before bedtime. 10 minutes before bedtime. You put her in bed, you tuck her in. Nope, got to go to the bathroom. Nope, I need a drink. I'm like, you just had 30 glasses of water, but my throat's dry. It's anything to delay going to bed, and then she's out within minutes. It's funny.
There is some type of environment being cultivated in the United States of America that makes people think that this kind of conduct is okay.
Judge. Sonia?
Huh? Whoever...
Cassandra, we spoke.
What the hell are you talking about? Whoever said it was okay to hurt a child and kidnap a child? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know anybody that thinks that's okay. To hurt anyone, to murmur anyone, or to kidnap anyone or anything. What? I don't know in any society where it's okay, Betty. The hell are you talking about? In your warped little mind, maybe, in that little bubble of your house you live in.
Mother of that little girl tonight, who told us she thought Franz Vila was someone she could trust and that he was more than just a casual acquaintance. Tonight, Vila is due before a judge accused of violating that trust in an unthinkable way, committing crimes here in Manhattan while a desperate search was going on in Queens. Saying
that is the man. Looks pretty stinking harmless. Looks like the guy next door. Looks like a friend of the family in almost every single family across America. He's a grandfather. He's a man that has no interaction with law enforcement, no record, and the child liked him, went off willingly, held his hand. Let's keep watching.
This is a police stunt. To reporters shouting questions, Franz Vila was taken from the Jackson Heights police station where he'd spent the last 24 hours to Manhattan criminal court, charged with kidnapping, unlawful imprisonment, and a criminal sex act on a 5-year-old.
Oh my God.
That is some sick, twisted stuff.
Yeah, that I have to agree there.
Which cops searched last night. When Vila and the 5-year-old were found in Jackson Heights yesterday afternoon after 3 hours of an intense search for them through the neighborhood, police now believe they were returning from Manhattan. Her mother had allowed Vila to take the little girl from a supermarket that morning to a park nearby since she wanted to go.
So what mother? A friend of the family. Known him for a year.
So you're going to blame the mother?
We all know how crazy our kids can get when we're at the grocery store, right? I can tell you, temper tantrums when you don't...
Betty, you don't even have any kids. You're not a mother. How would you know? You don't know. Stop. You don't know. And you'd probably beat your kids senseless if they made a noise in a grocery store. I'm sorry, but that's just the impression I get. But again, that's just my opinion. What's chat saying? Hey, Forgotten Whispers. Oh, Audacity, I hope everything's okay. Let me see what you're saying. Wouldn't surprise me if she even said it. Yeah. I got to put my glasses on. Where the hell are they? I'm getting old. As it gets darker, it's harder to see. Stitches come out. Oh, you had surgery? Audacity? Oh, I've had surgery. I've had infections. Oh, no. I had one. I hope everything gets better, and I hope you do great. It heals good for you. Been there, done that. Mine went to my brain. I had to have 9 operations. It was a nightmare. I spent 6 months in the hospital. It fucking sucked. Okay, let's get back to this because there's
what you want. They throw themselves down in the middle of the floor. They want to kick and scream. I've been there. I've done that.
How? You don't have any kids. What the hell are you talking about? You haven't been there and done that.
So somebody that's actually going to say, hey, why don't I take your daughter over to across the street at the park? You're thinking public place. This is a friend you trust. You know him. Your daughter loves being around him. Why not?
Exactly.
And then nothing. You expect your daughter to be back. Your daughter isn't coming back. You go over to the playground, the park that they're supposed to be at. Your daughter is gone. You're freaking out. At first you're trying to convince yourself.
Yeah, I know, true crime. That's what I was getting to that. Yeah, the family let her go over there all the time, and he was super old. They were Mormon or something, I think. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember her name. Yeah. But yeah, I had surgery for and Peter Janetta was a big shit neurosurgeon. In fact, he patented and created a procedure that was done on me. I had surgery for trigeminal occipital neuralgias. Peter Janetta did the one for the trigeminal, but during the procedure, he would have, 5, 6 theaters going on at one time and me bouncing, which I wasn't aware of. I was under the understanding he was going to do it all, not his residents. But apparently, halfway through the procedure, they realized the operating room utensils weren't sterile and irrigated the wound with water. They didn't put me on antibiotics or anything, and I ended up having a really hard time. I got really sick, and I stayed on the porch in intensive care for a couple of days because they couldn't stabilize me after the surgery. It just didn't go well. But then they put me in a room on the neuro unit with a roommate that had a strep staph infection, an airborne infection. They put me in there with her. Well, needless to say, I spent 6 months in the hospital. They operated on that side 5 times. I have a hole in my skull where they couldn't replace the chips anymore because they went in so many times. They drilled out a lot of shit. And then they did the brainstem, or the back of the neck, the brainstem for the occipital. Well, the infection wasn't gone. So guess what? I ended up 4 surgeries on that and more time in the hospital. It was crazy. But yeah, it was crazy. The saddest thing is they let my son, who was only 11 years old at the time, because my family panicked. That'd been 27 hours and not a word, nothing. So they knew they had to get back home because it was out of town. So they let them come into the porch to see me, and apparently I still had the halo on. They never cleaned me up. I was still a mess from what my husband told me and my mom, and they let my son see me like that. And they said the nurse was behind me holding me up because I was puking. I don't remember. I just wish they didn't ever let my son see me like that, or my mother, because she ended up having a stroke. But it was crazy. That was a long fucking time in the hospital. 6 freaking months. It was rough.
They must have just went for ice cream. They must have just went, let's start calling. Let's start calling. You don't know what you are going through until you're going through it. And it's just this panic that comes over. I remember one time I was at not the grocery store. I was at Walmart or another clothing store. And one of the kids got inside the ring of the clothes, the round ones where you kind of.
Okay. I want to fast forward this.
So anyways, I didn't man with his mother. She went to his graduation. She tried to convince
see if her rants are over.
That she dated to Brian Koberger. They were denied for the speedy trial.
I think her rant's over in this one. I think it's the other one. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I want to show that clip of her since she wants to brag about her education. I got a couple little clips I want to show.
For the people, at least, that Olivia was talking to that appeared to be the family, didn't really know this guy. So I don't know what connection this man here had with Andrea.
Hey, you don't. So why are you putting it out there?
We're still at a lawsuit, and then I'm reading all these articles.
I'm fast forwarding.
To get the friend in for questioning.
I think her rant's over. I think it's the other one I need to.
And confirm the presence of a deceased individual on the property, the victim of the documents that are out. And I'm interested into, the.
I'm going to show you what Betty claims that she is such an advocate. Why is that still playing? What the hell? Stop. I want to show you what Betty calls herself doing, and you tell me if she's an advocate or not. Okay, now this needs to be rewound. Is Betty? Come on. And I think you'll recognize where it's at. Pretty easy.
Him being fired from his job and being able to take money away from these despicable people is perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine with me. I'm not losing.
No, I had a strep staph infection that ended up turning to MRSA. It was bad. It was really bad. I've got a big hole on my neck and a big hole side of my head. It was crazy. And you know what? I'm worse off than when I let them do the surgery in the first place because there was so much nerve damage caused. Because the infection they couldn't get it under control. Yeah, the hospital was under construction. Their infection rates were through the roof. It was awful. It was awful.
Isn't any sleep over it. This was what I wanted to accomplish. It's accomplished. They are now officially no job, no money, no drugs.
At this site, did they get officially fired, or was it just this site?
They probably know that we will find and peacefully protest wherever Don goes. You know, we want him to tell law enforcement where his baby is, where did they put her. We want to give her a proper burial. She deserves that much. She deserves that much.
You know they're only being calm because the cops there, right?
Him being fired from his job and being able to take money away from these despicable
I've got
people
another
is
one.
perfectly fine.
Now, she was proud that they got him fired. She's proud of that. But she's also denied it. But then there's videos of her saying how proud she is that they got him fired. Now, this one shows you some more advocacy work. Remember, she's for the victims and the families, you know. But here is Betty.
You guys are murderers. You guys are murderous son. What were you thinking helping your son? What were you thinking? Huh? You guys have blood on your hands too. You have blood on your hands. You helped your son escape responsibility and you should be held accountable for that. Shame on you. Shame on your laundry family. Shame on you.
That's what an advocate does. Oh, and there's even more. There is even more. But that is what an advocate does. Okay. So, you tell me if you think she's an advocate or what. And I'm going to go to my library because I saved a couple. My playlist. That way I didn't have to record them all. And it should be BHB. Nobody should be under there but her. Oh, no. I don't want to play it. Nope. Don't want to play it yet. Okay. Now, this is one of Bash's videos. I'm just waiting for the ad. Okay. On Bullhorn. And it gives you some real good. I just want to get through the intro here. Bash has a great intro, though. I love her intro. I got to figure out how to make one. LG made me a really cool one. I think I did win the copyright on that. So I might use that one. Again, I really like that one. Okay, where's my sound? Okay. Okay, it says... okay. All right. Let me share screen. And then I've got one from Chronicles of the Oblivious that at the has a part of an interview of the mom, which will also debunk everything Betty said.
Come on, Candace, come out here and talk to us about your daughter. What'd you do with her? What did you do with your daughter? This is public property.
I know you have that First Amendment right, but you can't be considered.
Then fire him from the job. Fire him from the job. You don't need a baby. He buried his baby somewhere, and we want to know where she's at. Where's your baby?
You can record us, Don.
We're on public property.
Right there in the window.
We're on public property right now.
Don. Come on.
Defamation, wanting a man to get fired from his job so he can't put food on the table is deplorable.
Oh, police. Police. Do you even know what happened?
Yeah, we know.
I've known Wales for years.
Yeah.
He said with me, Wales is not.
Why are you kidding me? You realize that the baby drowned at that watering hole. They did something to her. Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Go watch my channel.
I'm a father.
Okay.
I'm a father.
What proof do you have, Betty? That property was searched. There was cadaver dogs, canine dog, Betty, what proof do you have of any of that? You and that trash bag Molly had no proof. This is not how a victim's advocate carries on, Betty. Yes, I love that Betty tried to say she had a production crew there. The more the lies spins her false narrative, the more evidence of her lying she provides. Yep. I knew exactly what they were up to. Oh, yeah, when she said Olivia was around, because that is the only time Olivia comes around, is when they're going to go do these little stunts for content. Because it'll be months before you even hear her mention Olivia. And then, boom, for a couple weeks to a month, Olivia will be around and then disappear again for several months. They needed content.
I can't believe you believe their shit.
I'm a father.
That's okay. That's what I do.
One of a crime is disgusting. You have no proof of anything.
They're hiding like cowards. I'd be scared. The stuff that we found out about them, I'd be scared. I'm just saying, you guys can believe what you want to, but we've done a lot of interviews. We've been doing cases like this for a really long time, and we know people just like them. And I would be really worried. And I wouldn't let your kids, if you got young kids around these people. I really just wouldn't. And you know what? We're passionate people, and I'm telling you, we're not out here for clicks and stuff like that. We're truly out here.
Oh,
trying
I'm
to fight
sorry.
something.
I was muted. I'm sorry. I was muted. Anyway, yeah, they lied to the police, said they didn't trespass, but there's video of proof of both of them trespassing. Molly was all up in the windows, at the door, and at the garage. Betty was up in there. They both trespassed. They lied, of course.
This isn't the place to do. But if he told you to come out here, then
He told us he wanted to meet us. He didn't specifically say here. We're sick of.
Are you a supervisor? No.
Yeah, 9 o'clock at night. No cameras, alone.
No cameras, no nothing. I said, you know what?
So the bottom line is they're butthurt because Don wouldn't talk to them. He doesn't have to talk to them. They are just YouTubers. They are not investigators. They are not the real press. They are not law enforcement. He does not have to talk to them. They're butthurt because he wouldn't talk to them. I'm not muted now.
Doesn't show up.
He plays games. He plays games. He's got a 5-year-old kid missing, and he's playing games.
I'll give you my word, Don. I will leave you alone and go home. I can only speak for myself, Don. I will leave you alone.
You know why you're hiding is because we did do our due diligence.
No, you didn't. Yeah, I lied. I'll look true crime time. I might still have it. If I do, I'll send it to you. Betty, you didn't do your due diligence. You don't do anything. You spread rumors and wild accusations and misinformation and outright lies. You mucked this case up so damn bad.
We know exactly what happened.
No, you don't.
Shame on you, both of you.
Just get rid of us.
Wow. She claims to know what happened in every case she talks about. It's all bullshit.
Summer's life mattered. It sure did.
We love her.
We love her. You don't even know her birthday, Dawn.
You never looked for her. We were supposed to be.
You never once went out. You never looked for her. You never got out.
Why isn't she out there searching for something?
Every day. We've been right here watching.
Betty, you don't know what they've done at this point. Like he said, where have you been for 6 months? It doesn't matter. It's not your business. It's not your place to be saying the crap you do. This was nothing but about content and money, views and clicks. It was never about that little angel, that precious little girl. It was about you pigs, in my opinion.
Everything you're doing.
No, Don, come here. Don, there was no we're gonna leave. Listen, if you come back.
They.
All right, we'll take it down. All right, boom. I got it here. Here. There you go. I'll put it down. I don't have with me. I don't want to talk to you.
Added Molly's big mouth, and it's a disaster. What employer wants to deal with this shit? No wonder he got fired.
We're doing God's work right now. The only people that are the primary suspects of Summer Wells is Donald Wells and Candace Wells, which are sitting inside. They've been hiding from us. We have.
Betty, you are no one. They're not. They don't have to hide from you because you are absolutely no one in the case. Law enforcement never declared them prime suspects of anything. Who the hell are you to declare somebody a prime suspect? You're a freaking YouTuber, a tiny, tiny YouTuber. That's it. Oh, you throw up some TikTok sometime. Stop lying. You didn't let law enforcement do their job and handle this case. They had to deal with all your idiots that you fired up with all your lies and misinformation. You and Molly and Spanky and Prayer, all you guys, Prayer Garden, all of you guys. You're disgusting. JLR.
We have talked to their neighbors. We have talked to their friends. Everybody knows they did something with that child. Every single person that has come in contact with them knows they did something. It's not a matter of whether.
That's not true, Betty. And you know it's not true. And you can't say that either. Because at the end of the day, no one fucking knows. No one does. You don't think if law enforcement knew, they wouldn't be behind bars? Nowadays, you don't need a body, Betty. And there's other charges that could have been laid. But there was no grounds for them, Betty. You don't think law enforcement hasn't checked those phones up and down and checked everything about them? Are you kidding me? You people harassed the TBI. To this day, you still do it. Justin, old Spanky boy, can't call him Orange Man no more because he finally figured out not to use the morgue makeup. Yeah. He's still doing live after live, day after day, on both his channels. Regurgitating the same old crap, trying to twist it a new way. Because that's how he gets his views and clicks. The same reason you do it. It's not about that child. If it was about that child, you people would have stopped a long time ago. A long time ago. The disgusting lives that Spanky has done just in the last 2 months. Are you freaking kidding me? And that prayer garden thing? And you. And that olive oil, you know, the one that believes in alien abductions and all that paranormal with a splash of true crime. Yeah.
she has been kidnapped. She hasn't. What it
We need to know
matters.
where she was
We want to know where they put her. We want to know where they put her so we can give her a proper burial like she deserves.
He couldn't even look me in the
Because
eye.
he knows we know. He knows we know.
You are not. You are an idiot. Nobody has been named a suspect. And get your facts straight before you open that big mouth.
Like we said,
Oh
we were
Lord.
trying to find Donald Wells.
Yeah.
We found Donald Wells. I saw Candace.
Yeah.
I saw Candace.
She's inside.
Look, she's out there.
There, there's Candace. Oh my God. They left. Mother. They left.
Oh, they're checking to see if the police left. Cowards.
You know we know. You know we know.
You don't know shit.
You know we know. We know exactly what happened to that baby. We know exactly what happened to that baby, Candace. You're a piece of shit mom. Where are all your children? All your children are gone. Every last one of them.
You know, I don't understand how that construction site, because is not private property, because it is a construction site. I that's one thing I didn't understand, why the police didn't make them leave. Excuse me, because I know around here, and they build all the time here in Florida. You know, you better not be messing with them construction sites. You're not allowed on there if you're not supposed to be there. And I've seen the cops take people out. Just saying, I don't understand it.
One's dead.
You don't know that, no asshole. You don't know what happened. And to criticize someone else's parenting skills is priceless, coming from a dipshit with no kids. Exactly. She couldn't even take care of a dog. Then she fought with the animal control officer because she had to take the dogs up. She didn't want to pay any money. Yeah, Betty, shut up. Come on, play.
There's nothing of me.
Okay. Get over here. Let's get out of here on the roadway. So what did you think about today?
It was insane. We were driving by this house where Dawn and Candace Wells were working at, and we did a peaceful protest.
You did a peaceful protest? I told you, this Olivia is as brain dead as they are. What the hell was so peaceful about that? There was never nothing no peaceful about any protest they did. This just goes to show you Olivia is no better than they are. Oh, but I want that picture. Let me get a screenshot of that. I always need pictures of her for thumbnails. Hey. All right. Yeah. She's just as bad. She is. I'm so tired of her getting a pass when she's just as bad. A peaceful protest, my ass.
We're not sure if they were fired from
Excuse me.
all their jobs, but from this house, we know they are fired from, so they had to leave.
Are you going to be losing any?
Because of you guys and your so-called peaceful protest. You're such a liar. You are such a liar. That's really what you call peaceful protest. Are you brain dead? Just asking.
Sleep over the fact that he was fired.
Of course you wouldn't. Olivia, you are a snake in the grass, just like your ex-leader, to not care about somebody losing his job.
There has been multiple
Exactly.
speculation about who
They didn't
was
give two
responsible
shits. They had other kids to support. That shows you the spoiled little entitled princess attitude she has. I can't wait until Dawn and Candace are vindicated. I don't think they did anything to that baby. I don't think they are good parents by no means, but I don't think they murmured her either. Yeah. And they definitely weren't parents of the year, that's for sure. And they didn't, you know. Everything I've watched, including the behavioral panel, has me believing they are innocent. Yeah. There's no evidence to show me they are not. Let's put it that way. But Olivia saying this was a peaceful protest, that they did nothing wrong, and she's good with Dawn losing a job, that shows the entitled little princess attitude. How would she like it if she quit making money on her YouTube and TikTok videos and would have to get a real job? Oh, shit. Bet she wouldn't like that. You know, they didn't care two shits that they had other kids to take care of because the boys were still at home. They didn't give two shits about that. Selfish beast.
Disappearance or the people. You know, it may be one or more people. I too have speculated publicly who I believe is responsible for her disappearance. And again, that comes from multiple trips out there, speaking to many different people out there. I never understood.
Betty, you spoke to people that weren't even freaking there. That weren't even freaking there. And you twisted their words. And some people lied to you because you did talk to people with active addiction and stuff. So, yeah, your sources, nope, not good, not reliable. Wouldn't believe one of them. And you twisted it up anyway.
Good. Why Don Wells, Candace Bly, and Candace Harrer have
Yeah, they
never
do,
been
crew
charged
time.
with child welfare and child endangerment type charges, child welfare crimes, right?
I've heard all the crap. Audacity said, I think they did a lot of free range country parroting. Good or bad would depend on who is judging it. I can't judge a house. I've seen worse, honestly. Yeah, me too, unfortunately. I've seen a lot worse. But one thing I can tell you is the videos that I have seen of the kids, they looked happy. They seemed happy. You know, not all kids are chunkies like my little 5-year-old's getting to be because he likes to eat all the time. But, you know, kids go through growth spurts, you know. But they weren't parents of the year, that's for damn sure. They messed up. They messed up. But there's no evidence to say they did anything. We can all have our own opinions, but Betty don't state it as an opinion. She states it as a fact. And believe me, if law enforcement had any iota of evidence, there'd have been charges long ago. I don't know. And they lie about so much. Exactly. I lived in a very, very rural area, and some people were very poor but very happy. Kids did what they wanted when they wanted. Yeah. And just because you don't have money doesn't mean your kids are going to be miserable. I mean, the videos I seen showed me different. You know.
The house is of disarray. It's not kept up.
You're a hoarder,
It's not
Betty.
clean. It is actually filthy and filled with bugs, mites, and rodents. Not a safe environment for children.
Well, that's funny because when Dolly was in there, he said the house wasn't bad. Well, you know, for Dolly standards. But yeah, okay. Are you housekeeper of the year? No. Who cleaned your house for you, Bets? Because I know. Or at least I know who used to. I don't know if you still do. You still, you know, according to you, you don't make any money, so I don't know how you can afford to pay for it. But I know, Betty.
We saw it with our own eyes. Now we don't hear from Dawn. We're not hearing from Candace.
It's
We're
not
hearing
your
from
business.
We're not hearing from anybody. And there's still, especially Candace Bly, which has already lost 2 sets of children that unrelated to Don Wells. And now she lost these children and still has never been charged. And
she did give her other babies up for adoption. 2, Betty. 2. You can't hold that against her. She did the right thing for her. You have no right to judge that. No one does.
Convicted of her crimes.
You've never been in their home, but know nothing but what you've gotten from
Think about
rumors.
how
Oh, that's
disgusting
right.
it would be if Tennessee
Betty actually was never inside their home. You know, and not everybody's a clean freak. I'm not going to judge somebody for that. Well, I tell you to clean your house up? Hell yeah, because sometimes I don't have no filter. But each to his own, you know? You don't like it, don't go there. I mean, but, you know, as a friend, I'm going to tell you to clean the damn house. At least clean it up a little bit. Either that or I'm going to do it because Yeah, I can't have dirty floors and stuff. I can't. I OCD so bad on my floors. It drives my husband and my kids crazy. But yeah, nope. I'd probably help.
Hawkins County, TBI, FBI are withholding prosecution. But I think with the children, it's out of TBI and the FBI's hands. I think the only people that can determine whether to prosecute them would be Hawkins County or the district attorney for Hawkins County. The state attorney could probably weigh in on it. But I pray to God it's not because of finances and them not being able to afford the prosecution of Don Wells and Candace, where they want to make it all one case for the purposes of saving money.
What? What the hell did she just say? That she thinks they're not filing charges because the state doesn't want to spend the money? What the? Betty, it wouldn't matter if they were in Timbuktu. If there was evidence and they could charge them or anyone, they would be charged. It wouldn't matter about the money, you asshole. You really are. Wow.
We all want our dishes to look as great.
Commercial. Sorry, guys. I could have recorded Bash's. She wouldn't have cared. She knows I wouldn't edit hers out, but oh well. Give her the AdSense. I love Bash's channel. Share her link, mods. Oh, thank you. See? Yeah. Well, I'll share Bash, the Tragedy Pimps, Burnttoast, Chronicles of Oblivious. I know I'm asking a lot. I'm sorry. Oh, I have a link I can share. I think I did. Let me see. Nope, it already expired. Wow, how come the links don't last long on this stupid iPad?
And it makes me wonder if we took into consideration that Don Wells, most likely, or the Wells, whether it be Candace, or Don, did something to Summer, removed her from the property because something horrible had happened. And I wonder if where they placed her, those dogs followed them. And is that the reason that law enforcement did not see any of those dogs at that property? There have been a lot of irregularities on this particular day.
Betty, they were outside, pretty much wild dogs. They probably went hunting for food because I doubt they took care of the dogs the way they should have, unfortunately. What the fuck are you talking about? So they took her somewhere and the dogs followed, but they came back, but the dogs didn't? What? The scary thing is you believe the shit you're talking. That's what's really off the chains. Thank you, True Crime.
Which kind of goes in line, and why I understand why Don B came out and stated that he believes this was planned. This whole day on June 15th was nothing but a charade. I have an idea of what happened based upon information I gathered by multiple trips down to Rogersville, Tennessee, and unfortunately, it's not painting the perfect picture. Lots of questions.
Your trips were shut shows. Oh, I know what you mean.
I believe that something happened to Summer.
We know that.
Way it happened, why it happened, how it happened, and where she is now, I believe changes from
Gathering
person to
useless
person
information
and
from the town
opinion to
gossip.
opinion.
That's exactly what they did. Bash, you are so right with that comment or that screen. Again, they talked to people that probably didn't know what day of the week it was, that are very heavily into their addictions. I mean, let's face it, that's the lifestyle. And people that couldn't stick to the same story, and then they twisted what they did say. It's not one bit of fact behind any of it. None. I guess the feral cats got her also. Good Lord. Dazzy. Dogs do live outside, but people actually feed them, y'all. Well, they did sometimes. You could tell they had a lot of dogs, and they had a litter of babies, and you could tell they weren't, cared for, like I would care for them. And they would constantly have bowls of food and water. But they're outside dogs. They weren't chained up. They weren't tied up. So they're going to run around and take off and, go play in the woods. Probably go for a swim in the pond. I mean, living life. But according to Betty, they followed them, but they didn't come back with them, which makes no sense. But then voila, the dogs reappeared.
Well, I personally believe that Dawn Wells, Candace Wells, and Candace Harrer are utmost responsible for Summer Wells' disappearance.
You've gone too far now. You're directly accusing these people of this crime. Oh, she's been accusing them of this crime. Betty, no one cares. You hold no weight. You're not a factor in this case. Your opinions don't matter. You're a YouTuber. That's it. You need to throw away them fake press badges, because you're going to do it to the wrong police officer, and they're not going to be so nice this time. Because I think you can get charges. Just saying. You say you know the law. Apparently you don't, because you're still wearing the fake press badge that's been revoked.
One of the allegations that came up in that conversation was the fact, or it's been making circulation, at least for rumor, purposes, has made its way around, stating that Don had, in the past sold or attempted to sell his prior set of kids.
You just love spreading rumors.
We're gonna keep coming back, Candace.
Justice for Summer Wells. Justice for Summer Wells.
You guys should have been arrested a long time ago. We don't know what TBI's problem is, but you're making a mockery of Tennessee law enforcement. You should be in jail. You should be in jail for child abuse, child endangerment, child neglect. You should be in jail for the crimes upon these animals. We think you were turning other animals in, but why are you able to have animals when you don't even have your freaking kid?
What the fuck are you? That is the peaceful protest Olivia said they were doing. That's peaceful. Yeah, my dog's so damn spoiled. So's my cat. My cat's huge. Oh, Sir Duke. I have no problem. They even left bags of dog food there just to try to be assholes. But, I'm glad the dogs had some food. Betty, you have no idea what happened to that little girl. You really don't. Unfortunately, no one does. TBI doesn't. If they did, there would be arrest. You just said TBI. Tennessee's not doing anything because of the money. They're worried about the money. They're not going to prosecute unless they can do it at the same time because they're worried about the money. Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way up. You commit a crime like this, they're not caring about the money. They're caring about the evidence they got to put you behind bars. And apparently, there is none. But you just can't see that, Betty, because you think you're the end-all be-all. And you're not. You're really not.
This is our second. This is not our last time coming here, Candace. This is Molly Golightly, and I have your number. We know that you and your mother know what happened to Summer. We know. We are convinced that you know where Summer Moon.
Justice for Summer Wells.
Justice for Summer.
Justice for Summer Wells.
Justice for Summer. Lock them up. Lock them up.
Lock them up.
Now you know what a protest looks like.
She's your baby, not
That's
ours.
not a protest,
We don't want
Betty.
any help. And you think you're going to call law enforcement?
This isn't a protest. This is an harassment of a family whose child is missing and of a town and a neighborhood. The neighbors on that street. This is outright harassing, and you're a nuisance. This is not a protest. You're a clown. You're all clowns.
They're gonna protect you. You want your child, not us. Why didn't you come out and help us search for your daughter?
Where's Summer?
Where's the baby?
Where is Summer, Candace?
Give it up. Your life will never be the same again.
Shame on you, child abuser.
How dare you?
Shame on you. You'll never get your boys back.
Oh my God.
Giving minors drugs.
Damn, she's louder than Molly, and Molly has the bullhorn.
Summer Wells.
Where's your daughter? Why won't you come help us look for her? Why won't you come help us look for her? Where's your daughter? Where'd you bury her? Where'd you put that poor baby? We want to know. We want to know. I don't see anybody else out here. Definitely not you. You're not out here looking for her. We're here. Come help us look for your daughter. We're tired of this. With a 15-year-old boy.
Who the hell are you? They don't owe you nothing, and you're not searching for anybody. You're just being a freaking nuisance and a clown. You're a nuisance, period. Does Turkey Neck Blowhard think she's doing a good job? Not. I love Bash's screens. Yeah, this is an advocate, people. She says she's an advocate. That was one.
And she believes that Summer Wells was harmed by somebody that was home at the time.
There you go, running with rumors again. Just stop it. Bash's cards are funny.
A little suspicious because, you know, you're here to try to find answers for your daughter. And especially if you think she was abducted, your first thing would be, you know, selflessness. You're not worried about yourself. You throw everything on the table to save your child. And somebody asks a tough question and you break down and get up and don't want to talk about it and take your microphone off. This is not conduct of people that had nothing to do or don't know anything.
My name is Amy.
Betty, they don't owe you an interview. They don't have to answer your questions. Why they even came to YouTube is beyond me. I really wish they'd stay off YouTube, honestly, because they haven't helped things either. But you're disgusting. You are truly disgusting. Your behavior. Girl, that is no advocate that I've ever seen. None.
The reason why I do not believe it's possible for an animal attack is because she was on her property, supposedly, reportedly, allegedly from her parents that she was there. And if an animal came out of the woods and attacked her, you would have heard screaming, you would have had blood, you would have had clothing, articles of clothing left. You got none of that here. It is as if she fully disappeared. She just was there 1 minute, UFO came and beamed her to Scotty, right?
Oh my God, there she is with Olivia's theories, a UFO. No, Betty, usually when someone is kidnapped, there's usually not much evidence when it's in an area like this, Betty. They're kidnapping you, so they're not going to leave you behind. You understand that, right? Making a joke out of a missing child. This is her true feeling. She doesn't care. I agree with you, Bash.
Here we go. Because I kind of went through, and this is a growing list, Cher. This is a growing list. And so, I'm sick and tired of everyone saying that there is no evidence in this case. And they're acting like circumstantial cases are not convictable in a court of law. And they absolutely are. Witness testimony, eyewitness statement is some of the most powerful evidence you can have. Somebody going in, sitting.
The thing is, Betty, there is no eyewitness statements because none of these, what do you call them, drug addicts and losers that you talk to were a witness to anything. There wasn't any, Betty. And the ones that were there were interviewed, Betty. The grandmother, the mother. And Dawn was interviewed, Betty. She's an idiot. FBL, I'm going on hurricane duty Wednesday. You are? Where are you going? Where's the hurricane coming out? I haven't watched the news. I feel bad. I should pay attention to the weather, but I never do. Like I should. I had some classes in psychology. It was a hard class, but I did learn some stuff. Yeah, I took Psych 101 too. I had to. It was a
Down and
requirement.
stating what they saw.
The problems, there are no eyewitnesses to what happened this summer. Exactly. It's what I just said.
Well, oh, and that just brought me to another one that's not even on this list. And that's Candace, while her daughter was missing 2 days, is not helping with any searches. It's not helping. Rather thinks it's the best use of her time to go interrogate a 15-year-old boy at his home about what he said to law enforcement. Who cares?
That's what you did. And once LA got involved, you can bet they most likely had the parents not do anything and let them handle it. Betty, you guys weren't there from the start of this. Again, you were late to the game like you often are.
That's been a question. Not only that, but in an interview that we personally had with Don Wells, he stated that they got their phones back.
Why, we got a hurricane watch coming on? I haven't even looked at the weather forecast in 2 days. Yeah, make sure my generator's okay and we got fuel for it. Because I couldn't even imagine with these kids not having a generator. Oh no. Especially sometimes we can lose power for 2 weeks. People use it longer than that. I'm lucky. In Florida. I'm in Central Florida. Orlando area. Around in... We have a Category 1 coming in around Tuesday night. Okay. Well, thankfully, I just did the week's grocery shopping. See, I haven't watched the weather in a couple of days. I feel bad now. Is there any chance it's going to upgrade and we have to watch the weather now?
Literally within, what did he say, Justin? I think you weren't there for that one. That was the last day we were there when everything went crazy. But I'm pretty sure he said he got the phones back like in a half hour or 2 hours, but he had them back that night. So I think the reason why he got his phones back is not because Hawkins County or TBI deleted everything on his phone and everything on Candace Bly's phone and everything on Candace Harrow's phone. What I think happened is law enforcement realized these things were deleted and said, we have no use for your phone. We're going to have to subpoena Google.
Betty, stop. You can bet that the police, the TBI, most likely downloaded everything off their phones. Betty, everything. And they're still going to subpoena the phone records because you can delete it off your phone, but it's going to be still with your carrier. So stop, Betty. Stop. You don't think those weren't the first people that the TBI looked into? You really don't think that, Betty?
We're going to have to subpoena Facebook. We're going to have to subpoena all these things so we can find out, whatever phone service that they're with. We're going to have to find out.
They do all that anyway.
What was on those phones through a different route because they were already cleared.
What? So if this is true, where is the proof from the phone records? Oh, yeah. Not any. Yeah, exactly. She is so full. Betty. You really live in your delusions. That's scary, dude. That's scary how deep into your shit you are. And I really think you believe the stuff you spew. I used to think you just did it for, for content. But I truly now believe that you really are in those delusions and you really think that's the reality of everything. I do. Sadly, but I do.
Funny feeling, and I literally don't want to say this word. I don't.
You don't. Then don't.
But I'm starting to feel cold. I'm starting to feel this case is going cold. Guys, I really feel like this case is going cold. People aren't talking about it as much. We haven't had any updates from TBI, Hawkins County, the FBI. Nobody has given us one single update.
Don't have to. Yeah, it's not a cold case. Thank God LA doesn't. Good job, Bash. Yeah. Why does she think that she's owed anything? Why would law enforcement give her any freaking details? I'm blown away by that. Why on earth? Okay, so now I've showed you some of Betty, and she says she's an advocate and she fights for the families. And I put question marks because I need everybody's going to have their own opinion. Now, is Betty an advocate? I've only showed you a couple clips of how she behaves. There's a lot worse. There's ones from Georgia. There's ones from other places. There's just clips and clips. There's so many. But just on what I've showed you, is that how an advocate would act? She got on here and actually said that Layla was deceased. She actually has said that multiple times. But she's an advocate. And this is from Chronicles of the Oblivious. I'm going to play. Just going to play a part of it because it's a longer video. But there's, oh, it's so sad. I cried when I seen this about her and her mom, and oh, it broke my heart. I pray that she's found. But now there's being stuff said, something about, I've heard something about the mom supposedly being asked for ransom or something. It's about, she was involved in a, not so great lifestyle. And I don't know. It's just, don't know what the facts are. She's the reason they don't give updates anymore. She spins it and then they get fake calls into the tip line. They get massive calls. Oh my gosh. And I bet you they got a bunch of calls after Prairie Gordon's live the other night. She is a psychopath. Yeah, she really is. She really is. She's a scary psychopath, in my opinion. What makes her so scary is Betty gets very angry. And when someone can get that angry, Okay, this is Layla Santiago's mother. This is from Chronicles of the Oblivious. Go check her channel. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but go check the clip channel out. It's the clip. I want to call her a girl, but then I don't want to insult her if it's a guy. So the clip channel got some really good videos. I've used several. But Betty's saying that the mom has gotten nothing, no kind of help. 2 months in now, mind you. But I've showed before the interviews with the police while all the agencies were searching. And
as you can see on this flyer, she was last seen on June 27th, 2023 in Kingsport, Tennessee at the Marble Slab in a shopping center called Eastman Commons. She was there around lunchtime between 12 and 1. She told the woman at Marble Slab that she was going to Five Below and never made it. I have said in a previous video that we have run out of leads. We don't have any more information from there. She just vanished, disappeared. We don't know. But I truly believe that someone out there knows something and they're just afraid to come forward. Or maybe they're worried about consequence. I don't know. But I believe that someone out there is holding the information that will help me find my daughter. And I would like to be able to offer a reward. We do have a GoFundMe where we have been trying to raise enough money to hire a private investigator. Not that I don't think that the authorities are doing everything that they can, because I really...
There is a private investigator. This is why things are confusing to people and people are asking questions. And a lot of it started with Betty deleting the links and whatever she was doing. But do you understand that Betty has got on here and said your daughter is deceased? It's awful what she said. That's the last thing you should be hearing. She should be supporting you by saying totally opposite. I pray for your daughter, and I pray that she's found safe and sound.
I really believe that they are, but I feel the need to explore every resource and every avenue as far as finding her. Last night, we were so blessed when an anonymous donor donated everything that we needed for the private investigator.
Okay. Doesn't the dad who lives in a different state also have a private investigator? And I don't know. It was the dad who reported her missing in the first place, or is that not true? Bet says come unhinged and is losing it. Yeah, why do they need to? Okay, that's what I was asking, True Crime. I thought that's what was going on. Apparently, there's some friction there, and she don't get along with the stepmother and the dad. It's sad because their daughter is missing. It's sad that they can't come together. Maybe they will. I'm hoping they will, but they need to keep the likes of Betty out of it.
So I'm gonna get on the phone today and get that done. I am overwhelmed with the support and the love and the help from everyone out there. I was looking at.
Now, hasn't Betty said there's been no help until she got involved? 2 months in, the woman Layla's been missing for 2 months. There has already been searches and everything, but Betty said she's getting no help, and you heard Betty. She's losing it. No one's helping her. She's not getting nothing. She's crying. She's hysterical. She's being attacked. You heard Betty.
The list of people who donated this morning, and I just want to thank you, all of you, even if it was just $5, $10. Every little bit helps. I wasn't expecting this kind of a crazy thing to happen in my life. Some days I don't even feel like it is my life. But anyway, I'm here because I want to start raising money to offer a reward for information that leads to finding my daughter. I have been avoiding making this video for a week. I've been supposed to make it a week ago. But at this point, I'll do anything to find her. So I want to thank each and every one of you that has shared our story and has left a comment and has supported me and shown me so much love. I didn't know there was this much love in the world. It's a crazy thing that you have to be sometimes in this dark place suffering to also experience so much good and love and light from the rest of the world. So thank you all for showing me that.
My firstborn, it was you that made me a mother.
Okay. Now, what did Betty tell us? Betty said the exact opposite. The mother's made it clear, but Betty will still run with what she's saying. No. I'm going to ask y'all again. Answer me in the comments. Oh, guys, please hit that like, and if you're not sub up for me. Because, T just unsub me when she did that. It went down 3 when she did that. So that means she's had 3 accounts. So I'm glad to know that. Didn't know that. But anyway. Is Betty an advocate? Or what? I call her a nuisance. A sadly lonely woman that lives in this bubble of, wow, some off the ball theories. But I think she's just really lonely, honestly. It's sad, but she's angry all the time. That's not an advocate to me. I've worked with advocates, being a foster parent. I've seen what real advocates do. They don't do this. They don't come on here and pat themselves on the back for every little word they say or for every little thing they do like she does. And like I said, I could show you so many more clips. I could keep you here for hours. There's so many to show you about the non-advocacy work that Betty does. I just wish she'd realize that if she'd just change it up a little bit, I think Betty's channel would grow. I do. And people wouldn't be, if something's not working for you, you change it up, right? Well, at least that's what you're supposed to do. But I guess. I don't know. So y'all tell me what you think. Sound harassed to you? A woman who's been attacked? Yeah, no, she didn't. In fact, she was very thankful and said she was getting all kind of help. A stalker and harassing POS. I totally agree. No, she's not, and she doesn't even advocate for herself. This lawsuit with Queen Bee proves that. She's just awful. I agree. Hey, K-Dobbs, good to see you. Tried to catch you live, but never get reminders anymore. Rewatching from the beginning. Love your channel. Kudos for all the... Oh, thank you so much. And her dog on a per se shows... Well, she does not know all laws, in my opinion. Yeah, she's a joke of how she responded to Queen Bee's lawyer. Yeah, I actually I needed a good laugh. I actually had a good laugh reading that stuff. And see, I'm one of them people that I have to read every word. I can't just skim through because then I think I missed something important. So I have to go. So I just go ahead and read it so I don't go back and reread it. Like I said, I was in the doctor's office and I know the waiting room, they were looking at me like, this woman is nuts. She's sitting there laughing and yelling at her phone. I'm still digging on that, and I found many mistakes on BHB part. Yeah, a lot. There is no drug for a narcissist. Nope, not. Should be. Yeah, think they could come up with one. This pump alarming is driving me nuts. They wouldn't turn it silent. They wouldn't turn the alarm off. But it was nice to know I don't have to have it done until after my birthday. But I am having it replaced in September. I actually have till November 15th, but I want to get it done before the holidays and get it over with. Heavily sedate me so I don't panic before we go in because I just can't do surgeries anymore. Every time I do one, I end up sick. Last time they replaced this pump, I spent 10 days in ICU. I came home. I just never got better. I just kept getting sicker. My husband came home and found me unresponsive. I just don't want to have nothing done. I wish I didn't have to have it replaced. I wish they didn't have to put me to sleep. Yeah, the mom was not harassed at all. Not at all. And don't tell her any mistakes. She watches all this stuff and takes notes. Wait until after. Yeah, that's why I haven't. I've had it since it was filed. Someone was nice enough who got it to send it to me as soon as it was put in the system. And that's why I haven't reviewed it. Excuse me. Sorry about that cough. Wow, that was rude. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to take a chance of, because I don't know, there's some things I just really have to point out in there. And I'm not, I took business law, for contracts and leases and stuff. But yeah, I don't, but it's just clear mistakes. And then when I actually was reading, both the lawsuits, and it's unbelievable. Oh, thank you, K Dobbs. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in. It's good to see you around. I haven't seen you for a while till today. Yeah, and honestly, I want Uni to win. I don't want JLR to win. Do you know what that's going to be like if he does? Now, come on. It's content. JLR puts the stuff out there. People are going to review it. Is it the way you or me would do it? Probably not. But, come on. It's a frivolous lawsuit. It's bullshit. And then to put his parents in it. Come on. You know what that's all about with JLR. And I wish Uni could get some help with it. I really do. Because it's just not right what JLR is doing. It's not even about Uni. It's about what JLR is doing. And if they keep getting away with this shit, they're going to keep doing it, and it's going to get worse. You was dying laughing listening to Lisa read it, yeah. Yeah, she's got a good Queen Bee's got her attorney is on point. Yes, she is on point. And I'm sick of hearing people saying, well, she didn't have to counter say blah 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 blah. I'm so sick of hearing that. They're not in her position. They can't tell her how to feel and what to do. It's not happening to their lives. It's happening to her life. She's entitled to do whatever the hell she sees fit to do. Well, if he wasn't a moron and didn't pull that whole Lettergate BS, the community would have rallied for him. I know. He shot himself in the foot with that one. I know. And that's where I'm having a hard time. I don't want JLR to win. Because if he does, even if it's anything, it's going to be hell to pay. It's just going to spark even more lawsuits and more creators doing it. And things are going to go off the chain. It's going to be crazy. It didn't hurt JLR financially. It didn't hurt him. He's actually grown. And we all know why he's really doing it. I just don't like, these frivolous lawsuits wasting the court's time. Betty knows she had no grounds for a lawsuit in the first place. Oh my gosh, Kate Dobbs, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm going to have a super chat song. I'm almost done. Thank you so much. And so I caught him lying. Hey, yeah, see, it's like, how do the trust is gone. The trust is gone. I still don't want to see him, lose to JLR. It's honestly, it's not about Uni. It's about JLR. It just, I think once, if both of these lawsuits would be losses, which we know 100% for sure, Betty's is a loss. Queen and her lawyer is gonna wipe the floor with Betty. That's not even a question, because Queen didn't do the stuff Betty's saying. Betty did the stuff that she said Queen did. Betty's the one did it. And, but I'm not so sure with the JLR one, only because of the, financial situation with needing an attorney, And, Uni's, I don't know if he changed attorneys or what, but his attorney is no longer in, working for him, I don't know what the situation is there. I hope all that means is that, you just got a different attorney, because, you do change attorneys sometimes. Maybe that was the family friend that was an attorney that was just helping to get to a certain point. I don't know. I just really don't want to see JLR prevail. That's all. Because it would be a nightmare. Is JLR even still suing him? I haven't heard anything about it in a long time. Yeah, true crime. In fact, there was I'll have the screenshot. Let me send it. I have it in my Twitter DM. Someone sent it to me. It says it's the latest filing. That his lawyer. Let me screenshot this. And send it to. Well, I should be able to send it. I can just send it right to my messenger. Cool. I'll show you what it says. It's just a one line. Okay, so why aren't you loading? It's just a one line thing where the attorney is made a formal request. Let me show you. I just sent it to my messenger. Okay, why didn't it come in yet? Oh, there it is. Okay. There was two. There was another filing. It was just some words, though. It didn't really. I'll show you guys. I have the uni lawsuit. I thought about going over it. No one else has. Maybe I will. I mean, I know no one has because they're pissed off at him. This is really hard to see. You're going to blow up your screens, but it says that order filed, matter is hereby assigned on September 15th, 2023 at 3:30 p.m. for a status conference to be held in person. Copy sent by mailroom. And a motion that is going to be heard, it says, I can't see the date, but it says 24/2023 motion, and it's to withdraw as counsel for the defendants, which is Uni and his parents. They're the defendants, and the counsel is withdrawing and put a formal request in to withdraw off the case. So I don't know if that means they got a different attorney or what's going on. And there's a status hearing coming up in September. I have to go to bed, guys. Sorry, my eyes are closing. Yeah, I'm going to get off here. It's late. Thank you, True Crime Time, for hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody. Hey, Still Another, how are you? Hopefully my kids will sleep in a little bit. They were so ornery today, fighting with each other. And then I'd separate, and then they'd get mad because they were separated and they couldn't play. And it's like, oh my God, you're only 5 and 8 and you're already fighting like this. God love them, though. Night, True Crime Time. All right, guys. It is getting late, huh? Late for me. I can't believe I stayed up this late. Watch the kids will get up at 5 o'clock. I'll be pissed, but I'll have to get up with them. But no, hopefully they'll sleep till 7. I'll get up at 6. It's been so. Now that hey, Running Bear. Now that we all know that Betty isn't an advocate, I think everybody in chat agreed. Maybe she needs to know. I don't know. But guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I almost got an intro done. So far, it's done. I'm just waiting to see. I just uploaded it to see if it would get a copy claim. And so far, it hasn't. So if it doesn't, I'm going to actually have another outro to use. But an intro, I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at that. Hell, it was everything I could to make a little outro. And it's just a little one. It's taken me weeks just to do a stupid super chat one. I'm just no good at this editing. I'm learning from scratch, so I'm getting there. But I'll figure it out. And I'll get an intro of my own that nobody can hold over my head after they specifically made it for me. And I didn't even know it was being made for me till after it was done. But that's okay. I'm sad because I promoted her music in her channel every time I played it, but that's fine. I don't need to. Yep. I tried to handle that. She didn't want to. Okay, bye. But I appreciate you guys all for hanging out with me. Sorry about what happened earlier with T. I don't like that in my chat. I want everybody to be cool over here and just be able to have their own opinions and talk without going for anybody. You don't need to do that. But I appreciate you again. K-Dobbs, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see you on the streets of YouTube, I'm sure. Night all.